forum, and everyone's time is precious. I do, right, maybe you said Jose was coming, right? Jose's coming, really?
You should be here.
I don't know, well, let a few little stragglers tell us coming. So at that point, it is 5:41. I'm gonna call this meeting to order. We'll start with roll call. Start to my left. Ms. Jessica, can you start?
Jessica Medina.
Troy Gompers.
John Dingle. Steve Bruno.
Manuel Perez.
Eric Brandon.
Sorry, Andrea Tucci. My own little notes. Okay. Thank you, everyone who is here. At this point, I do not know of any student absences. I hear the door opening, so maybe there's one more about to join us.
I think somebody does.
Oh, last, never mind. Okay, order of business, deferrals, additions, deletions. Anyone have anything? I'd like to add to new business as an item, I guess, E, new committee rules that were just adopted by the town council. Great to review them. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended? Steve, thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you, George. Public comments? Also on the door, anything?
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year.
We love having you here.
The dapper bearded Metro police officer. The GQ of the batch.
Look at that, look at that. Yeah, we go every month, right?
Comes to get, man.
Likewise, I just want to say hi to everyone and hope everybody had a good year and anything, just here, any questions or anything.
Well, thank you. We're glad you're here. Makes us feel a little love.
They were like.
No, I don't think we do anything too bad, but if anyone heard it. All right, approval of minutes. For the last meeting was in November 15th, 2022. Hopefully everyone has had the opportunity to read them, review them. Motion to approve the minutes. Thank you, Steve. May I get a second? Thank you, George. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All, if the minutes can reflect, then Mr. Poseyano is here. We are excited that you are here. All right, moving along, budget. The budget has been moved around. Circulated, I believe everyone has a copy. To see where
Nice college.
I would, you know what, I was just gonna on the colors. It makes it easy to read. I don't know. It does help.
I had to do a little lesson.
No, we appreciate it. So to see where we're at, right? Obviously the far left line is what we approved, then our revised. Apparently we didn't have any revisions. Actual to date, we've paid for 50% of our videos for Donnie. Cancun Grill, we have that was oh yes,
That was for
the previous.
an hour of advertising.
Okay. And then we also, I think we budgeted money for this next one, maybe Troller, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So that will be coming out. I think that was another 600 or 500.
Last. Oh, I know. Was it one of everyone?
400. Okay, so just to know that the next month here will show that those expenses will be showing up. And then the chamber, local intel, that's the prepay. Remember, that's a $10,000, but the way it hits, it's just offered for a little bit. And then the Greater Miami Chamber membership, that's where that's another one that kind of gets split amongst years. So, hello. Our minutes can reflect this one. So if anyone has any questions, concerns about our budget, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Thank you again, Jonathan, for color coding it and making it really easy to read and understand. There's an agenda down there. We can pass some stuff down for Ronnie. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, no further discussion on the budget. EDC Officers Committee election. So every year we get to vote on committee chair, vice chair, and secretary. I've been informed, even if we vote today on it, you will not serve until the next meeting. So for me, Jose and John, we're still on the hook for this meeting now. Okay, so with that said, I've had the distinct pleasure of serving as a chair for the past year. Unfortunately, I'm unable to continue serving in this capacity, so I just wanted to keep that known, so.
Like, don't get any crazy ideas.
Yeah, so, with that said, I'd like to any nominees for chair. Or we can start with secretary and go back.
I'll jump, you know.
So I'd like to nominate Romy for secretary.
I was gonna say I'd like to nominate Jose for chair. No?
Second. As noticed by my leanness, Jose really has.
Right.
Right now. It is as well.
Then, movie, it's very wet, like, you know, dirty, so we'll make it.
Romy vice chair. Oh, there we go. Romy chair, Manny.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the way I'm chair of. I'm chair of planning my wedding. Thank you.
I'm
Chair.
You got it.
you have the priority.
I'm walking too.
For the nomination.
Yes, we currently have. I think our new officer for the year for chair, vice chair, and secretary. I've already made the announcement that I'm unable to serve. here.
No, I wish I could. It's not changed if they're up on my.
Well, who here? Yeah.
Yes, I mean.
Oh, thanks, sir.
What other contact do we need for this?
I think we're just- You gotta hire me a little bit.
Okay, perfect. I'll take care of this and then tomorrow I'll send you an email back.
So what, no good figures?
Okay.
Madam Chair.
You were really good before.
Yeah, George.
You were,
I can't.
you were
Take
great.
one, take one for Miami.
Andrew is great, but you were, when I walked in this thing first, you were the man in charge. Yeah. You were doing a great job.
I appreciated that. It was a very challenging year and I have a lot going on this year.
Yeah.
We have work wise, it's gonna be not in the first few months, but the second half of the year is gonna go. We have another.
Realistically, who can make the commitment to serve as chair?
It does. It is a big.
It is.
At the end of the day, I mean, when everything falls apart, you're like the last,
Right,
you gotta be there.
right. Is Neil serving as chair for next year on anything?
He's no longer on the.
Okay.
He's
He's no longer on cultural.
He resigned.
So he's here. Hi.
I'm so from the zoo behind it.
Yeah, but I think he can be present.
Yeah.
Be voted, right? Right, right, okay. Magali, la foto no siya, may ano sa.
The minutes can reflect on the.
You know what the big question is every budget meeting, have to have a chair.
The vice chair fills in.
That's been signed chair.
You need a chair. And then the chair is in present.
The vice chair.
Yeah, so if there's no, like the chair, there's still gonna be a chair. Even the
Can't have a vice chair.
Why don't you do it the other from the start, from the secretary and going on up, and we can fill some position up to that point.
I read.
Okay,
Hey,
Rudy.
guys. How many?
There we go.
Here we go.
Speak one hour, we want to, and 15,
By the way.
Yeah.
yes. Come on, Wood. Squeeze in a little bit.
In all seriousness, we do
Okay.
need to elect a chair and then a vice chair and
Vice
a
chair.
secretary. Okay, so we can start with secretary.
Sure.
You know,
I nominate Bradley for secretary.
Take good notes.
I have no
Oh,
problem
yeah,
with
yeah.
secretary.
Okay, that's so good.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Were there any other
Oh, sorry.
submissions for secretary? Okay.
I'm just excited.
I did hire. I just want to be a. Right, yeah. Yeah, I have to.
No, thank you. Vice chair. This is a great opportunity for anyone who's new to the committee, because you can fill in. I served as vice chair. Jose has served as vice chair. Who else has served as vice chair in this committee?
I wonder if we keep.
I don't know, I was vice chair for a very long time, it seemed like.
You don't have anyone else, I could probably stay on. Renominate for
Yeah, that-
vice chair.
I think we'll see.
All right, okay.
Is there any other?
I think Matthew would be a great vice chair as well.
I just don't really
Chair,
know what
chair
everything
in training,
entails.
that's why you're vice
Yeah.
chair.
I don't think you really know until you get in that.
Right.
spot.
Let's see, the
Right. That's what we're.
Jonathan actually runs this committee. You should do what
That's
Jonathan.
what I'm here. That's what we're all here.
few items, just get their details, the vice chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's duties of the secretary, duties of the chairperson,
It's in,
yeah.
it's from the go back.
Section 19 through 22.
Yeah, but Eric has a question.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to electing a chair,
Uh-huh.
does anybody really know what the job description is?
Yes.
And what the hours entail?
So the chairperson,
I can read.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jonathan will read this.
So the duties of the chairperson, the agenda for all meetings of the committee shall be prepared by the chairperson. The chairperson shall transmit the agenda to the town's committee liaison 3 business days prior to the next publicly scheduled committee meeting. Agendas must be received no later than 5 p.m. by the town meeting. Additional agenda items may be proposed at any time by any member of the committee. That's, if you guys want to talk about something, you are more than welcome to submit it to the chair. Or submit it to me, and I can submit that to the chair. Items proposed after the agenda is distributed may only be heard under the new business and shall not be added to the agenda until such time as the committee convenes and takes up the addition, deletion, and referral section of the agenda. Basically, if you don't get your item in, that addition part is where we slot that in. The agenda shall include a section for public comments. This is pretty straightforward. The chairperson or his or her designee shall semi-annually present a written report to the town council, which shall include a semi-annual year-to-date summary of meeting attendance, and meeting minutes, and a financial report. The content of the written report shall be approved by the committee prior to submission or presentation to the council. Reports or requests shall be provided in writing to the town committee liaison 7 days prior to the council meeting. Failure to provide written requests shall result in the item being excluded from the published agenda. In the absence of the chairperson, the vice chairperson shall perform these duties. So there's no, aside from the existence of the chairperson, there's nothing the vice chair is actually
So the question
assigned
is
with.
time, right? Andrea, what's your, how much time do you think? I mean, if somebody want to know what the time commitment is for that, for the chair position, what do you think? You follow?
Well, yeah, no, I know. I mean, obviously
Significant,
it's all the
right?
meetings, right?
Good.
Once
Once a month, right?
a month, plus the quarterly chair meeting. Then you'll present also to the council twice a year. And then obviously gathering the agenda item, assigning the different events that you're able to attend.
I think the biggest thing for chair as well, which is like, I think last time that Neil nominated me as chair, which is why I didn't feel comfortable doing it. I think chair should be someone that's also familiar and has somewhat of connections with the town of Miami
Yeah.
Lakes. So I had only been a resident of the town for 3 years, you know, so it's somebody that understands how Miami Lakes operates, who the main players are, right, who the stakeholders are. I think that's important of the chair of this committee. And also someone who either is familiar with or can get familiar with Robert's Rules of Orders to run the meeting. And that's probably the perfect, you'll pick up the fastest. So,
And you
yeah.
also want to have like representation, like the mayor. or the
Correct.
Office will send you invitations for ribbon cutting.
Mhm.
I know the chamber is always there, but we want to have somebody, I mean, you're being in both functions will help us out,
Correct.
but that's something where you maybe try to go. You know, you can, or just have somebody go.
Delegate
on our behalf.
So Eric, can we nominate you then? For chair?
You know, with the job of it, it's very hard for me to get there on time and very early. I had to give up something today just to make this meeting, so I would be very unreliable as far as I think. What kind of attendance.
Yeah, I think Steve is making a lot of nominations and we should be nominating Steve.
Okay, so, you know, I mean, seriously, as much as I would love to, I have this belief that a chair of the office should be people that live in the town. I don't live in the town, all right? I've been working in the town for 20 years and been involved with it. But I think somebody on, you know, officers of a committee like this should be somebody that's an actual resident.
That's not part of the bylaws. No, the bylaws say anybody that's a resident or does business in the town of Miami Lakes. So you're basically within your right. Yeah. You're fully within your right to serve. And that's the only way that you can serve on the committee. You can't serve on the committee.
So,
If you couldn't meet one of those standards. I mean, Steve, sincerely speaking, I think most people assume that you live here. You know what I mean? You're always here. So. Yeah. You have a lot of. You know, you've been a member of the committee now for what, I think 3 years, you know, I think, or longer. I think you're more than qualified.
I don't know if I have the time to it.
Nobody on this committee has the time, but are you planning a wedding? No. I don't think-
Actually, no, actually, I am planning a wedding for May.
Yeah, no say no. Always begin. My son's getting.
Wedding is different.
Just lose weight and show up, right? Lose weight and show up, right?
If we don't get a chair tonight, what are we doing?
We need a chair.
We need a chair. We can't leave. We're held hostage until we have a chair.
Well, until.
Yeah.
Everyone's here.
From land code.
I think it's good too.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
With attorney, you know, work, and I'm also in blasting. Now I gotta go to Tallahassee, now I gotta do everything else. I'm also with the chamber and plus business, yeah, it just doesn't.
Can we backtrack for a second? Because we have a nomination for Jose and we have a nomination for Matthew on vice chair.
Let's finish
So,
that first.
yes,
I can do it if needed, yeah, if it's just filling in for the main person.
Okay.
And I can even like, because the main thing is just figuring it out, that's really the only thing, is just kind of learning.
you
the
just gotta
ropes.
be willing and able.
Yeah.
You know, people can help you with things.
I,
What?
so chair,
Cheers, I don't really know.
Jose will be your vice chair. Jose knows everything.
I'd be more than happy to help.
Jose will be your Google.
We're gonna be here, we just can't be chair.
I can give it a go.
Yes, that's a
Give it
resounding
go. I
yes.
probably have the best, most time for the people here.
Yes.
Oh, that's their here? Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'll second.
Problem solved.
You're like,
You're late.
It's already being recorded.
serve as a chairman again?
You already said no.
I said, no, I think working it out.
Okay, so, but, no, but if I'm clear, right, we have Jose nominated as vice chair, we have Matthew as chair,
Chair.
and I'm sorry, who? Any from, yep, okay, and then, but who did we have for
Secretary.
nominations, Jose?
I nominated Matthew as vice chair and then chair. We switched it to
I
chair.
nominated Romy for secretary.
Maddie, nominated.
Okay. I
me.
know,
Maddie.
I know, but I need for the
Oh,
final,
for the final, yeah.
yes,
For the final, so Stephen nominated me for secretary.
right, and then I second,
Mhm.
all in favor, yes.
Mhm.
Now for
And then-
vice chair, we have Jose. You nominated,
I nominated Jose for vice chair.
who's second? And all in favor? Now for chair, we have Matthew
Matthew,
nominated by,
Yep.
I'm sorry, which one?
I nominated Matthew. for-
Second.
Okay, sure, and just a second, thank you. And then all in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations to our new community conference. Now, as I said at the very beginning of the meeting, unfortunately, you will not participate right now in your new roles until the next meeting, so. Start taking notes, Matt.
No revolution. Okay?
So, here we go. So then moving along, no further discussion on our old business, January newsletter that just went out today. Woo, fantastic. So I have no reports.
So, I did want to say, so we use Notion for our vacancy.
And I'm the one that always opens it, so I should have
I
opened.
know,
it.
right? Open it 7 times by now, at least. So we use MailChimp for these newsletters. I find that what we've been using up until this most recent one has sort of looked a little aged. So I've been trying to find ways to sort of modernize, make more fun than newsletters, at least visually appealing. So a lot of it is gonna look pretty similar, but you know, it's gonna look a little more sharp, I feel. A little more streamlined, so.
I thought it looks very nice.
Yeah, that's kind of all. I guess we'll see next meeting, what
Right.
the numbers are really looking like.
Were you able to get enough content?
Oh, yeah, everyone submitted, I added, you know, upcoming events, which just is gonna be, upcoming. Business social network event, but, yeah, plenty of content. I thought it was really nice. Okay, next one.
Thank you.
Next one is 2 for
Yeah,
January,
that's-
February, March. So we have to be delivering it by
Right.
so many days before the March meeting. That's 10 days before the March meeting. March.
First one date.
Figure
out so
what,
we can
end of
put them in
February?
there.
Oh, no, the next one is gonna go out, I think,
April.
Oh,
April,
yeah.
Into March.
which gives us a little time to. Yes.
See, but
Our next meeting, or our April meeting rather, is going to be April 18th. Which is a Tuesday. We do need a few days. So the 10 days before that will be Saturday the 8th. So we could say our submission deadline is April 7th. Okay with that?
Mhm.
And I'll send those reminders again, the calendars. the
Calendar is so
invites.
helpful. Love those.
I'll bother you guys more and send all my emails.
Mhm.
That's the newsletter, right? You're talking about?
Yeah.
April 7th, that's our new submission.
Yep. Which, by the way, my employer article is really good. You guys are gonna wanna read it. Exciting things happened on December 29th in Congress that affect small business, so read it.
A little teaser.
Topic webinar.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone who spent the time to contribute to the newsletter. Next up, SMI Small Business Saturday, so. Last time we were meeting was in November, since then. All of the winners have been announced, they've received
Here,
their stickers.
yeah, and
If you
although,
visit many of the businesses, you'll see the
in Northern Sydney. I'm just trying to see if I can pull it up.
We have a,
We gave everybody that was nominated did get a sort of, hey, congratulations for being nominated, you were recognized. The winners got their letters. I don't know if everyone saw, we did a nice little quote. Oh, I guess we won't be able to see, but. There was a really nice post that we did for the businesses highlighting them. It got very close to 1,000 likes, which is one of these, not everything's about likes, but.
But it is.
But it is. You guys can pass. Scroll through.
You missed one.
Did we? Did we sure?
thank you. David.
No,
Congratulations.
we got an exterior shot just because I don't know if Jacob said that no there or.
He was there?
Or it was probably the case.
Impossible.
I don't know, but there's an exterior shot.
Tiene capaz.
So it was a nice little celebration.
Any other questions? Moving along, okay. Our town EDC promotional videos. I ran into Ronnie the other day. He told me he was waiting to do his filming until after the holiday decorations came down.
That's a good point. That wasn't smart. I would have not.
So,
Yeah, I think we got some shots of them up. To have like, it's how we celebrate holidays, but I guess it's just, that's only up there.
yeah, so I did tell him that I know with regards to town center and all the holiday stuff was coming down last week, this week, and should be gone by next week at the latest. Like packed up in storage.
Cool.
So hopefully at the next meeting, we'll have more of an update. Anyone have any questions, concerns? Moving along. All right. Next, organic groceries form letter.
Thanks, Sarah.
Not gonna lie, I started working on it, but I didn't get very far. So since we do have our new chair, I'm not gonna just throw it on you, but I will send it along to. Yeah, no, Rami, if you offered to help, so I was hoping to have, honestly, I was hoping to have a skeleton form letter that I could pass it along, but what I'll do is I'll send what I've worked on to Jonathan and then you can coordinate with Walt to kind of
Cool.
finesse it to your style, and then that way.
And this is the form letter that is, remind me again, that is going.
The organic groceries that, just.
Talking about the now and trying
Come out.
to come, right?
Correct. This is at the request of the mayor, right? Okay.
It's like
It's
a.
like a out letter.
Yeah.
Hey, we really
It's
like
just a very formal, just at least approaching.
an invitation.
Is that like a town stats person? Is that like a thing? So I feel like that's something you probably want to include in there a little bit, right? Or no? Some stats other than like, what really nice.
We have some.
You have to name.
I believe it was,
Sprouts, Trader Joe's,
Trader Joe's,
Milam.
Sprouts.
I might heard of request.
I don't, Whole Foods. I don't know if Milam's was one of them.
Whole Foods.
Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Whole Foods.
I mean-
No one knows this. I-
Really? I mean, it's down the street in Miami Springs.
No, I know. No, I know, but it's not like up here.
There's another one that I'm forgetting. Yeah, there's a couple new ones.
Something seed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Table or whatever.
Food, no,
Teacher
no.
table.
Seed, no, that's a restaurant.
We can pull that up.
So the last meeting, I'm sure we talked about it.
Yeah,
We said Sprouts. Thrive Market. I don't know. No, that's not
Which
it.
is the one that's there on 67, getting to going towards Broward.
Trader Joe's.
No.
Trader Joe's,
No,
fresh
Broward.
market.
Fresh Market.
Oh, Fresh Market.
Right
you know that
after
one?
you cross, I love that place. It's so good. You know that there's a big community on the left-hand side after you pass the big shopping center where there's Dunkin' Donuts and there's a Taco Bell and on 186 on Miami Garden Drive, you pass Miami Garden Drive. and you keep going.
I have a lot of things over there.
Yes, you pass that community, the next shopping center, once you're going into Broward, after that, on your right hand side, there's an organic market. And it's great. It's probably the closest one we have
It
to,
should be like an eggs on there, mobile.
yeah, it's like, it's a new shopping center.
Oh. Is that where all these?
Mr. Fresh?
No.
The new,
Don't mira más para afuera,
I think it's-
flamingos.
Yeah,
Mira más
So
para
not to
flamingos.
spend too much time. We will hold the list and then at the next meeting, we'll have the form letter and then the listing as well, and then coordinate with whoever Jonathan will to make sure how it gets sent out. Wonderful. Okay, no more old business, new business, BTR list. So I apologize. With the last meeting, I did say that I would send it out. I'm not gonna lie, the holidays got the best of me. So we have in front of you the, everyone from the last time we looked at a list. So I think it was October 18th is where the last one cut off, and this one is actually through the end of last year. In communicating with Danny, and Jonathan, I think the program will be each month's meeting. So next February's meeting, it'll be everyone in January, for the month of January that has signed up. And then by, then the March meeting will be everyone for February, instead of like these half month dates and trying to keep track of it all. So that's why it's only through the end of the year, not through, 1/16. So with that said, there's a lot of people on here actually that have been here for a while, like for example, LA Suites.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of times it's, change of ownership, it's maybe they never had a BTR, now they're become legal with their BTR. So sometimes that happens, change of ownership, change of location. There was someone else who I saw there and I was like, oh, that's a change of location.
For the physical therapist, that, Stefan Valdez, that's, we did their ribbon cutting. Not that long ago, that's Movement Lab.
Oh,
And actually, that's the two of them, because it's under, he also has the same email for both those.
Yeah, it's sports medicine, USA Sports Medicine and his therapist shop, it's all in the same building.
Yeah.
So, like David Bennett, he's been here forever, so, we can go down and if we want to assign names, or cross off because we know they've been here for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I think if they've been here forever,
Yeah.
we might as well cross off.
Right,
David Bennett, right?
yeah, so David Bennett's been here for a long time. So let's just start off with the massage therapist. Anyone, massage therapist? Who needs massage?
I'll take it.
Thank you. Next up, the dental lab, let's see, defendant, we know he's been here, so we'll move along. Door management, scalp elite. That looks interesting. Anyone, 59th Avenue? Management? Anyone?
So you want to find out about scalps?
Oh, sure. No worries. I'll take that.
John?
Yeah,
You know what's gonna do it? All right, yes, it is. Our home health agency, comfort of home. Who would like to reach out to Mr. Dave? Did or not?
I will.
Okay. The next one is AT&T. They just moved locations. So
No.
they've been here they were on Main Street and they just moved over to Crescent Point. Take them off the list.
You're crossing that one out or picking that one?
We're crossing it out.
Little Leaves,
Therapist.
therapists, they're new to the community.
Yeah.
Thanks, George. They're nice people. LA Suites, they've been here for an extended period of time.
So cross.
Quest Martial Arts. They're not new to the community, but they are new business owners because they now have tenants. So they used to work out of my gym and now they have their own retail space. So it's exciting, right? Anyone would like to reach out?
I'll take that.
We have another massage therapist.
Okay.
All right, Taylor James, Boza.
I'll take that one.
Yeah. Productive Minds,
Can take that one. Yeah, gotcha.
thank you.
Did she get her own spot? She's been, no, it's still, she's still in the Crescent Building. Yeah.
Which one was that?
Productive Minds, we know her. But yeah, she's still in the Crescent Building.
Tatiana Cardoza,
Okay.
attorney.
I'll get it.
All right, sweat up, that's sweat 440. I'll get that one. American In-Home Care. It's like a admin office.
I'll get that one. It's in the same building as the other one I'm doing.
Okay. Is Martin, just seems dietitian, this is nice to meet you. I think-
Same product is mine, same building.
This looks like someone, Sanitas is actually an office building in either Promenade or Plaza, not 100%. So I don't know if this is just the registration of a dietitian to work out of there or not.
I'll take it.
Okay. MCG trucking transportation,
I'll take it.
all right. We have a new Tom Fabricio.
I can get it.
Oh, do we need to call?
Okay.
I don't know if we,
I'll get it.
yeah, an office here in Miami Lakes. Okay. The
I
Charlotte
can get it.
firm, they've been here.
They've been here, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we
Andrew.
can take them off the list. They've been here for a while.
Yeah.
But I think,
They have.
yeah. Admin office for sort of research center. Kidney doctor analysis.
No, I'll take that one.
Oh, they're new. I'm sorry, who's that? John? Okay. Yes, they're new. They're over in,
Commerce Way.
yeah, I know, I don't think they're there.
That's one of the buildings.
Equality Mental Center.
What really one?
Telling us if he's,
I'll take it.
okay. I'm interested in this one. Let us know what you learned. Raw and Kibble, Miami Lakes.
Okay, so is that the Wolfgang Club?
No, it's
No?
not.
Different?
Yeah, that's maybe
That's
the
good.
court, so, Lisette Garcia.
I think
Did someone say the dentist is that? Garcia?
I'll take it.
Okay. Wolfgang.
Oh, I'll take it.
I mean, we've already done the ribbon cutting and everything else, but, it's always good to keep checking in on our new businesses. Keeping them in the loop. Just keeping guys.
Yeah, that's exciting. I want to call them.
Okay. Floridian Neuroscience. Okay, so they've been here.
Which one?
Floridian Neuroscience.
They just
Anthony.
moved locations.
That's the next two.
Yeah. Drop the teeth. I don't know why they're on here, because they've been here forever too. And you take them on, positive mind behavior,
I'll take that one. It's in the same building. as everything.
okay. The next one
Well, the next,
is like a whole bunch,
Oh, yeah, it's all in the same group.
yes.
They're on the same sheet, you know.
Okay,
having, just a new
And
company.
they're-
It's a med spa. So it's a med spa, so it's all like the same person.
So I wonder if they've been there and they're just registering different people. Yeah, yeah, so I mean, right, because a lot of times, kind of like with hairdressers, they have to each, every time we're gonna
Register.
register, so that might be the case here,
I'm sure Elizabeth Noval is probably the one up running the shop.
right?
The one's calling out or we're.
No, I think.
No, we're leaving it alone.
I mean, we can, I would do just the first one. Like, where it says medical offices. Because there's like a physician, nurse, midwife, you know, like those all fall underneath it, where the other is the main office.
So who's on that one? Is it?
I'll reach out. All right, so keep going down.
Yes.
Jasco Corporation. I think they've been in, but maybe I'm wrong. Alexander Valdez. Yeah, just in the summary. Pimas 2015 investment. Someone over out of Regis. If someone's setting up shop, that's always exciting.
Oh,
USA Sports Medicine, that's, you said, movement lab,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so we're good there, right?
I mean, we're following up with the other ones that we just did.
Okay, well, would someone like to reach out? As a follow-up?
I'm related, so maybe you guys can hear someone. It's too close to home. No, it's just that.
Who's the next two?
To give stuff on his welcome call from BPR.
Follow-up, I guess. Check another doing. ABA Healing Center. That's another one out of Regis, so it would be a small business, like setting up shop. I'll do that one. And last but not least, Amazonia,
Sonia.
Magali.
Yes.
Okay,
Jonathan, can you resend out the script and whatnot? Yeah. Manny, Jonathan's gonna send out the script. It's just a welcome call. Yeah.
We have a second list.
We have two days.
Like, hey, same way.
It's differently. It's the
Come to our-
Oh. It's in a different order.
Stop them.
different day.
Oh.
all right, moving along.
Sure.
I was hoping for a completed fourth quarter, but it wasn't available yet, so hopefully at the next meeting, look. It's just, don't worry. I'll get it. Go ahead. So hopefully the next one, we'll have the fourth quarter one, and we'll go from there. Future networking event is scheduled for January 25th at New Patrol.
Next week.
Oh my God, that's nice. It's already- Oh.
So is the event right? We don't know?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. In the chamber too. I don't know if you guys did one.
Yeah, we put it on our town calendar, the embed, we put it on our stories.
Cool.
We put it on.
In the future, we should try to coordinate that
Yeah.
amongst us with the chamber and all that. That way we just have one,
Yeah.
you know, it's a little easier. Because a lot of times we do like first 50 people get free whatever and stuff like that. This time it's first 50 people to arrive and get free sangria, just so you know.
Oh, okay, ooh.
That's a little.
Thank
tip
God you
right there.
mentioned that.
To arrive, so not to, not to register. You have to show up. Register and arrive. Doesn't matter which one you register.
That's being promoted.
Yes.
Yeah, from social media right now, at least just for the chamber.
Okay.
I don't know if the town.
Yeah, we put some up.
I only saw an invite because of you're done. But I haven't seen, I posted on the Facebook page. I said
Yeah,
that
we
it's
just
a
post on
Facebook
social
invite.
media. We have to
Yeah,
like
the
email
Facebook-
blast set up.
But
to go,
it's
I
not
think,
like an
tomorrow, so.
Eventbrite link, it's a Facebook event that I got sent, that I was all sent. Yeah.
Think we need to link?
So maybe we can make sure the committee has an email with it, so that way everyone can forward it along
Yeah.
to your contacts.
Sweet.
But we're set for paying for that. We have $400, I believe.
$400.
Anything else that needs to be done in advance?
But we're gonna have a table, that sign thing, right? Can we have a sign that we can,
This
work?
way?
Yeah,
Like retractable banner?
Does the EDC have that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tablecloth.
you've never seen it?
Not the sign.
The retractable,
Yeah, all this knows that the.
but never the sign?
Retractable banner? We'll
We
need to
did
find
that
it.
with Willie.
Yeah, we'll need to find that.
I noticed that stuff up.
Yeah.
We need to do it. Do it every week, every month.
Certain things.
Where it may be.
No, yeah.
Okay, so retractable banner, tablecloth, any kind of information and cows.
People love the cows.
Yeah.
Well, the cows are cool.
Holders or sometime. Material.
Yeah, the folders I
Yeah, the
use
Folders
for,
at the expo, I remember.
yeah, and I use those for like new businesses. Okay. Anything else? Any discussion?
We'll just need an invoice.
An invoice from them?
Yeah,
Just, you know,
for the 400.
for the 400, so they can get the money.
I can reach them.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
There is just a question, on a local hotel, are we just gonna wait for the fourth quarter to?
Yeah, it wasn't ready yet. What they'll do is
They already know.
they pulled like all the stats from it, but it
Uh,
wasn't ready. But when I checked, it was still the third quarter. But it should be showing any day. I was hoping it for today would be there, but maybe next week it will be live.
Next week.
But for the next meeting, we'll have it. Okay. All right, EDC informational webinars. Has our subcommittee been able to?
During the break.
I think we wanted to like maybe do one, but we never actually like put into fruition, I think, right? Like the whole,
No.
just to talk about that stuff.
Yep.
All right, so
We got me.
question,
Yeah.
on these items here, 1 through 4, 1 through 3, actually. They've been confirmed, right?
These are all individuals that have
Volunteer.
agreed to yeah, volunteer their time for
Set
it. What we
dates.
have not, no dates have been set. Our subcommittee is gonna meet to. I know.
Break.
But, right, that was the intent, but yeah.
So,
Okay.
The reason I ask Andrea is, I have a candidate for a webinar,
Mhm.
which should be pretty good. So if I could see the dates firmed up here, will allow me to try and coordinate with that person to see if the committee wants to have him present.
Okay,
What's the category?
It's FPL,
Okay,
and they have a program within FPL to provide assistance to new businesses
Okay.
and businesses that need help with something very similar to that. I've been talking with them for the last couple of months, and they're just waiting for me to come back to them and give them some dates. I think the bank will be doing something in the first quarter, as an aside here, with something similar to Prospera. We're gonna do it at their corporate end, but this is a one-off from my end.
Mhm.
With FPL.
cool.
So if I
I
can
was
get
gonna
the
say,
dates,
Jonathan, in terms of scheduling a subcommittee meeting, is that, we have to do that based on the availability of the room, right?
Yeah, not just this room, but any.
If you notice, yeah.
Any notice, it's also if we can conflict with council chambers, because if they're streaming something, then
Mhm.
excuse me, we won't be able to override that stream, so.
Okay,
is the plan here to do this once a month? Or
well, right
once
now we
every
only
2 months?
have 4. So right now it's looking more like quarterly.
Yeah.
But, you know. Depending on what we decide to do, we may just
Okay.
shrink it into either
Well,
one
let
quarter
me
or
know,
whatnot. Yeah.
because between now and March, maybe I could get something in. We get a firm date,
Yep,
all right?
Yep.
Somebody get back to me now. Please.
So we're gonna have a new
meeting, if they use 4 guys. I think there's
Yeah, the
4
subcommittee
people
at
involved,
least, yeah.
So, do you have a date for that? You want to set it up?
I think we just said that through Jonathan, right?
Right,
Figure all that stuff out.
we could look for 24th.
So it's next week.
Did you have to notice the meeting, right?
Yes. Do the 24th, all we'll need is an agenda for it, which is. It could be one line, it could be.
It'll be good practice.
There's a word version of this, probably forwarded.
Okay.
I had, it helped.
Jose,
no, for sure.
next,
And all the names on and everything. so
Jose, next Tuesday, you guys are on that committee. Yes. Yes.
You want to invite her?
Yes, I'll take care of it.
Awesome.
Never included.
Okay, now the last item was my addition, which was new committee rules that were just adopted. Part of the pronouns that I sent, they were sent around the committee rule regulated procedures. I guess major items were with regards to attendance, and the keeping of attendance, and reporting it, duties of the secretary, basically just acknowledging when the minutes are to be thrown into the committee and so forth. Duties of the chairperson, which we read out not too long ago. And then budget requests. I didn't realize these were like any major changes. It seemed like these were all kind of status quo. I really didn't capture what the
Right.
changes were.
I'd say the biggest ones.
Or they're just trying to, I guess, clarify. Yeah, I guess clarify the timelines, I guess.
The biggest one for, I guess from the staff perspective, and I don't think for any of the other liaisons is the attendance probably and the timeliness of agendas and minutes, which this committee is not a problem, thank God. It's more so, for attendance, there's no more three misses and you're out thing, because we just found that committee members were reappointed at the very next council meeting. Which is, council is completely entitled to do that. Committee members are extensions of council, so they can do that. That being said, since, attendance isn't being tracked on our end, we're still, we make note of it. It becomes a problem if there's a committee member where that's being excessive. And it's affecting quorum especially, because that could be a big deal in the full house, so again. And please.
For your favorite committee, we understand.
If in this example, there was a problem where you have a quorum, then it's up to the chair to, they had the ability to go to council, the appointing council member and say, hey, I'm having issues with this, committee member. I don't see it being an issue, but it's no longer 3 strikes, you're out. It's more so you're expected to, attend every meeting. And then the timeliness one, we're so following closer to, the legal part of sunshine law, where there has to be 48 hours notice of meetings. So before we did 7 days that we wanted agendas by, but, of course, that's not a requirement because the law says we need 2 days to post it. So now it's just that we need it at the latest 3 business days before the next meeting, because, if we send it at 1 minute before the end of business days, we can come in the next day, have the meeting published, sunshine, not an issue, so. Again, not an issue here. But those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Just a comment, I think I saw some of that on the video, and it was pretty raucous what was going on, because the
Quarterly.
Yeah, they were talking about it and the problems they had with the people not showing up. But there became a problem of emotion. Do I like the person or not? And the chairwoman, the chairperson can make a decision. I think it's sort of fallen back to that. So the chairperson would have the option of saying, well, like, too many is too much and this type of thing. And then he or she will report that to the council.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's a good deal because half the group wanted the 3 strikes.
Sure.
Because at least there's some limit as to what you can put up with. When there's no limit, when there's no law that say it becomes a very emotional and sometimes subjective appointment is who's going to stay on the committee or not. So I think that puts more onus on the chairperson about, how far you can go and who can stay and who do you want. I mean, it might get pretty subjective. I wouldn't have, voted for that. I think, without some limit of 3 or whatever the case may be, you're in no man's land. And that was the point of the whole meeting, the people going back and forth saying, no, the person didn't show up and you didn't call that person's attention. I mean, it was pretty, the video was pretty interesting. So I'm disappointed they didn't put some sort of a limit in there to help the chairperson. All right, so it sort of goes on our grade, and for anybody doing that, said, well, I don't like the guy or her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was the wrong decision, but anyway, that's because I've been here for so many years, I guess. Anyway, just a comment on that. It's more onus on you than on Ray or anybody else to make that decision.
I mean, I guess I don't know, the 3, personally, the 3 strikes are out. I mean, there's times when you get sick, there's times, I mean, our committee, we have meetings and it's excusable, and that excusable, I think, has always been kind of a fine line, especially for our committee. I think one time, Steve, you're like, I have 3 closings and, and it's like, how do you make it? And it is what it is. But, I think maybe it's meant more for those that just don't show up. I mean, we've had committee members that have been appointed and they came one time and never came back.
Where it's habitual.
Yeah, and so I think at that point, it is what it is.
But the biggest thing is, I mean, it's hard to meet in the sense of getting a notice, the whole process. And if you miss a meeting, it's like a quorum, probably just once or twice,
Yeah,
then you kind of lose a month.
right.
Especially on project and things, and you
And we
want to come back, then you have to notice everybody and.
people send habitual. Critical.
I would say, I don't
This
see,
committee's been good though.
I don't see the need for this. I think the real world solution to that is, if there's an issue, then at any time, it's not just the report to council. Our lovely chair could say, hey, appointing council member, got an issue, and at that very second, the council member can remove the committee member. Not change the quorum numbers, so it's about being on top of
Yeah,
everything,
it's-
On the chopping block. One of the perks of being chair.
You should involved, right? You should be involved.
Right.
Don't take it lightly, right?
It's just like a testament to what John said. Now it's just kind of up in the air. There's just no direct rule.
Yeah.
There's no direct number. So
It's
it's kind
very
of like,
subjective.
how does it
for
feel to
or
you?
for anybody else.
Like,
yeah, yeah, it's a little weird.
Our case,
I understand.
our situation was pretty good, because, we say someone's absent is excused. And when Romney takes over this, I'll give her the list of how we did it. Willie was pretty good about that. He gave me a list and said, never use a pen. Always use a pencil. Because what happens, somebody comes in, like when he came in, and somebody came in late,
Yeah, it's.
and they aren't noted as a minute, and then it gets.
right, and then there wasn't, and I don't want to harp on this too much, but there was issues with, someone being marked absent, even though they were there, and then the committee votes to approve those minutes where someone's marked
Excuse
absent.
for-
And then we have to go back to recordings, and it's really just no more keeping minutes logs that could be incorrect, and we hit three meetings, all right, council member, can please, this person, they're off the committee. It's just very, this was, show up. It's just show up. If you're not showing
Just
up,
be personally accountable.
But this is the list, folks, in case you haven't seen it. It's the list for that week.
this is Willie's list, this is how you do it, so it's all in, as a matter of fact, I didn't have any pencil. I put it in, I don't know, but anyway, I'll give this to Rhonda so she understands. it.
Got you, John. I'll do you proud.
And you have the list of all of these.
No problem.
Okay, so moving along, any further discussion?
Outgoing, the last couple of years, great secretary. made it very
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
Review the agenda, I can go back and see exactly what.
100%.
Yeah.
All the phone calls.
What do you know about that?
All right, just a couple announcements, upcoming town events, I pulled these from the calendar. So February 11th, there's a neighborhood improvement committee bike ride, which is a sports theme. That one should be fun. I think they, I don't know where they're running out of.
That's in the morning.
Yes, these are the ones that leave at like 8:30, some time in the morning. February 25th, there's a health and wellness fair. And then March 18th, they have a St. Patrick's themed bike ride. That should be fun. Day after St. Patty's Day. Just keep your dreams. Just keep it your dream here.
I would say, I know, probably the right room to mention it, but for the health and wellness fair, if you guys know any health related businesses that wanna do any expos or demonstrations or tabling at this event, let me know, so I can let I'll know.
Do we know anybody, like, is there a list of who's on it already?
Yeah, maybe I could send somebody, like, what it's about.
Yeah, I'll send you things. I can send you all, right, flyers,
Yeah.
the press releases.
Is that something you want the chamber to shoot out to the members and people in general, or is that too much?
The more
Yeah.
the merrier.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, so who me know that info, for sure. I'll
And
pick up on the blast.
also, it's on here, but on the 25th, which is next Wednesday. If you guys know any first responders, we have a first responders cancer awareness night down here. Town hall, you can learn about presumption law for cancer, the legislative stuff about cancer and first responders, medical information.
Like benefits that they get us.
Yeah. All that stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
No?
No.
Can I help you?
No further
Motion
business?
to adjourn.
Thank you. Second,
Second,
thank you, Mr. Steve. All in favor?
Aye.
good job, good job, good job, good job. Good job.
You, Martin.